Hello, love. Thank you for tuning in and joining me for this session. I want to welcome the Holy Spirit and thank the heavens for being with us at this present moment. Remember, this is a general message, so take what resonates and leave what does not. All right? So I'm just going to be pulling some energy and seeing what the Holy Spirit has for us at this moment. I was getting a message earlier today, and it was a very interesting message. It was something about someone. It's like someone being followed, someone being watched, but it's not even as it's like someone being watched as like an individual. This was almost like the family members of this person as well being watched, the family members of this person being tracked. It's almost as if if someone could not get to this person, then they, you know what, and it's not even if they couldn't get to this person, it was like they had to get to this person. And so in order to do that, they also had to make sure they were able to not even watch the family, but it's like somehow work their way into the family, because this person was such a, I want to say high commodity. I don't even know if that's like the real word or the right word to use, but that's what I'm getting. It's like this person was very valuable to them. This person was very valuable to whatever mission or whatever they had going on. They were very valuable. And you know, collective, I know that I'm dealing with, or I know that a lot of the viewers here, or at least who will be here or who will resonate with this message, are very gifted, talented individuals, and talented as a collective as well, very intuitive. And so it's almost as if I was feeling that you guys knew different energies that were in your life, and it was like these energies, kind of like a reflection of how did they even get in, like how did they even get here, how did I allow them to be in, you know, that this personable in my life, this close in my life. And the Spirit was saying something like, you know, when you are a spiritual being, when you are, you know, connected with your spirit, with your higher self, you just live life. And therefore there are certain entities, both high vibrating and low vibrating, positive and negative. As you simply live your life, they will just kind of show up there. And so it's kind of like a message of not to beat yourself up too much when it comes to certain energies just being around you. When it comes to certain energies that you don't feel like are there to serve your good, and them just being a part of your life, because the Spirit is saying you're protected. And I know people use those words and they acknowledge that a lot, but the Spirit wants you to really understand and focus and really tune in to the protection that you have had throughout your lifetimes. Okay, so let's see what this session has for us, whether it's pertaining to that message or whatever the Spirit has for us. We're going to see what that energy is. Okay, so the cards are facing me, and what I'm getting here with this warning sign coming out right off the bat for the general energy is this warning sign is actually in reverse when it comes to facing me. There's something also with this relax and release, the moon here, that's saying, you know, there could be something that you've been trying to release. There could be something that you've been trying to maybe focus your energy into that's been kind of negative for you. But the Spirit is saying you don't even have to focus on relaxing. You don't have to focus on releasing when it comes to that energy, because it will run its course. Not only will it run its course, but some things are for you to just, it's not accepting this energy. It's accepting who you are. And it's accepting that this energy is going to want to try and be around you because of who you are. So this is not, because what I'm getting is that this is in no way, shape, or form of saying I'm just going to accept negativity. This is actually just saying I'm going to accept who I am as that positive, you know, being, as that positive energy force. And in accepting who I am, I'm also going to have to accept that I have a role in raising the energy around me. I have a role in helping that negativity to transition. And so, of course, you're going to be somewhat placed in it, submerged in it. Yes, there will be times where you need to release it. There will be times where you need to relax and, you know, pull your energy away. But there also are times where you just have to say, I am who I am. And I have there's like a mission here. There's like a calling here where you transform something here in this energy. Honestly, that's what I'm seeing. When there's the beetle here, and of course the beetle is in reverse as well. You know, all of these are in reverse, and I'm not going to switch them around because I think that there's definitely a significant message in this where you have been enduring something. You have been, you know, seeking some sort of renewal, even I want to keep using the word retreat, a retreat from some sort of energy. Don't retreat. You don't have to surrender. You have the protection that, you have all the protection that's required here. Yeah, so I'm just seeing that there's nothing that can even hurt you. It's actually around you because it's actually learning from you. It's actually transforming from you. That's what I'm seeing. That's a very unexpected message here, because from what I was getting earlier, I did see the negativity. I did see the places where this could cause chaos for you in your life, frustration even. But what I'm seeing here in this message is the Holy Spirit saying, don't let this frustrate you. This is a part of your power to be able to, you know, transform your world, create a situation that actually is, it's indicative of your power. It shows how strong you are and how powerful you are with the Holy Spirit here. This reptile is actually in reverse. This reptilian energy here is kind of like a shape-shifting energy. So you could have had a shapeshifter in your energy. Of course, I'm seeing that negative energy here. But I'm seeing that this negative energy is transforming. It's almost as if your power is doing exactly what it's intended to do when it comes to the workings of, and I keep wanting to say also, these people, this community. You know, it could be a person here that's in your energy, but I'm seeing multiple people here who are shapeshifters, who you're transforming them into. If they don't become their true self, they're understanding their true self. And of course, it's everyone's decision of whether they're going to be true or false. But they're definitely seeing a true self. And they're seeing also that you are true. Yeah, it's almost like you're an example. You're an example to them. That's what I'm seeing here in this message. Because everything that I felt like may have been something negative, this warning here, this reptilian energy here, it's in reverse. This is you actually transforming this energy. Or, having them to see something, opening their eyes to something here, something positive, something true. Yeah. And I just heard too, because I'm getting even parts of yourself that were false being transformed into more of the true you, right? Because even as that powerful, true, positive, high vibrating being, there are parts of you that still fall into that self-doubt, maybe some sort of regrets or some sort of I'm just seeing a lot of doubt here. I could say falseness, but it's more so of just it's more so of just that idea of, I know who I am, but who am I really? And so this is actually showing that you, even the false versions of yourself and the parts of you that are untrue, are actually raising into that higher vibration that you truly are. That doubt is going, it's subsiding. It's subsiding here. Something when it comes to May, or maybe the number 5, there's something that's in the backwards position here. And then it points to this warning too as well. I'm seeing it pointing to this warning, but this warning in reverse. There was some sort of warning. There was some sort of caution here that's now turned around. And whatever this is, maybe something happened in May, maybe something in May is significant to you. But whatever it is, there is this negative energy here, these negative forces being turned around. Let's get something from the etheric to see what's going on here in this energy, for this energy in the etheric realms here. Oh wow, exactly. So I'm going to pull 3 from this deck. This deck is such a huge deck that I had to split it into 2. So I'm going to pull 3 from there, and I'm going to just pull 3 from the second one as well. Wow, exactly. Actually, I'm getting to pull this one more. Take this one more. Exactly. So here is someone's story here. We have force fields here, spiritual imitation, energetic reset, energetic events communicating in tandem, healers, anointed, teachers, shaman, shepherds out here. I feel like that's you, collective. We have spiritually controlled or possessed, and spiritual mending. So what I do feel like is this negative energy was trying to possess you, control you maybe in some way. So, but what I see is that they definitely weren't able to do that here. You know what's funny is what I see here is that you may have come under some attack, or where there were some entities, a community is what I'm seeing, who tried to control you, but there was something in them that you ended up mending in them. Because here, with this healer's anointed here coming out, if you could see that, it's like you are actually healing them. With there's some sort of mending going on here. With these energetic events communicating in tandem. See, there is events in the energy. This is because everything is energy. Everything is alive. So even these events, being alive, being moving on their own here, these events are communicating. even without these people or this person or the community, whoever you're dealing with who was in this negative energy, potentially still in some sort of negative energy around you, there are events happening around them that they have no control over. And these events are communicating. And so things are happening for you back after back. And it's happening for your good here. They're seeing that they don't have any control over that. That's just a part of your power too. The universe working for you. You just being that high being that, yeah, the universe is just, operating completely for you. So it's like one thing happens after another that sets off something else, that triggers another event, and it's all for your good. It's all working out for you. I feel like someone is in wonder, like, how is this happening, so great for the collective? How is this, all these positive things happening for them? But they finally come to a realization, and it's because you're a high vibrating being. It's because that you are, just a powerful spiritual being here. You really are. Even in this place, even in physical form here. Yes. An energetic reset. Wow. I kept getting this energetic reset like all week coming out. And it's almost as if you're kind of just taking... You're taking the authority over your life and just saying, you know what? I am going to do the best for myself. I am going to make sure that I'm treating myself well. I'm doing what I need to do to stay well, look well, feel well, be well, all of this in this energetic reset. And this is kind of like you resetting even that falseness that we were talking about, those small parts of you that are false here, raising up into those higher places. This reset is actually, I feel like it's the words that came to mind was, it's getting rid of bad habits. This could be anywhere from bad habits to, addictions. Addictions don't necessarily have to be like drugs or alcohol. This could be addictions to certain foods that are unhealthy for you, certain places or environments that you don't really, they don't really nourish you. They don't really nourish your spirit here. That's what I'm getting. Someone definitely tried to imitate you here. There was high spiritual imitation, maybe even some sort of physical imitation going on here. It says mimicking a basic or surface level design of an entity or being. So this was definitely someone trying to copy you, almost even, because the words that I just got was, it's almost like someone was trying to take your place here, but they can't. It's not possible for them to take your place because you have a force field over you. This is almost like a shield of protection, just like that protection that we were talking about. And it says the use of energy, use of the energy fields, electric, magnetic, and gravitational on the spectrum here. I feel like on that spectrum, you have a high... This is some sort of high form of protection over you. A very high form of protection over you. This protection, whatever you could think of as a high form of protection, it's much higher than that. This protection has almost understood and it's worked and gravitated to you in multiple realms, many dimensions, anywhere throughout space-time. You can't even, when it comes to your protection, you can't even think about protection of your past, protection of your future, protection of right now. It's like this protection is just so vast, there is no time to it. There is no time to it. When it comes to this protection over your spirit, over who you are, it's just in your being. It's a part of like the creation of you, this protection that you have. So, someone thought that they could imitate you in a way. They thought that they could control you, maybe even possess you, take over who you are, your identity. They were highly mistaken. Highly mistaken. Now the only thing that's left for them to do, the only thing that they can do is transform themselves into a positive energy, because they can't steal yours. Like that, I mean, that's a big message, but that's what's out here. So let's get something from the Intuit and see what the Holy Spirit has to tell us here. I'm gonna pull this one. I'll pull these actually, and I'll take this one as well. Okay, wow. Wow. The one, realization is out. We do have numb or disconnected out. Divine timing, leader or authority figure. Wow. For a lot of you, you are either this is something that you are in the role of now, or this is something that your spirit has always been preparing you for, is to be this leader or this high authority figure. That could have been one of the main reasons why, your mind, maybe your spirit, maybe even in the physical world, you are under this attack, is because you are some sort of leader. I see divine here too. I feel like you're some sort of divine leader here too. This card says the one. Okay, with this saying the one, this is definitely a chosen one. This is someone who is, because I want to say that you're picked, you're chosen, but this is almost like so many different attributes, even those small little details, even those, this goes deep. Like, I don't even have all of the words to be able to express what this is. And I know some people probably have heard the one before, chosen one, things like that, but it goes very deep. This is not just about being picked or chosen or something like that by, family members, colleagues, loved ones. This is really a deep choosing of yourself. This is saying that I am, this is almost like, telling the universe, telling the Most High, telling, that higher power, choose me, send me, I am the one. This is something that you may have done in your spirit, where you chose yourself to say, I agree to the task, I agree to the mission. And so I'm getting like a very deep-rooted message when it comes to that here, especially with this leader, authority figure here. When it comes to this numb or disconnected, I'm not really getting much from that when it comes to this moment. So if that was something that you were going through, then that's something that that may resonate with you. If it's your story, then possibly there was a time where you were disconnected, and that reconnection is actually what drove you to some sort of realization here. Or you had this realization that came out of this numbness or this disconnection to life here. That's someone's story. I'm not sure if that resonates with a lot of people, but that is someone's story here. It's like after this period of numbness or disconnection is when a realization happened, or during this period of numbness is when a realization happened. It's almost like a rescue, or the spirit came to you, possibly your own higher spirit came to you and rescued you out of some state of mind that was less than who you were. That's what I'm getting for someone, but I don't feel like that's the energy of the collective right now. If anything, this was something that was experienced in the past. Okay, let's go on and get some. Let's go on and get some insight. Let's get some insight and see what the Holy Spirit has to tell us in the insight. Water. So I could be speaking to a water sign, or someone has a lot of water in their charts. Okay. This is also something about someone who up and left. I'm getting this on many levels, okay? I'm getting this on a level of this happening throughout multiple experience in your life. There was something that you had to up and leave from, where you just kind of had to venture out here, is what I'm seeing with this up and left. I'm also seeing that maybe in the recent past, someone may have up and left you, or maybe had some sort of thoughts about having to leave. Okay, I'm also seeing where this negative energy that came up in the earlier in the session, I feel like, you know, whatever energy could not transform, whatever energy that could not withstand your presence and did not want to transform or do the healing work, they had to leave. They could not stay in your presence here. So there was a lot of negative energies that had to just up and leave. There is someone who possibly wants to send you a message here. I'm getting a lot of people actually wanting to send you a message. When it comes to someone who you actually want to hear from with this message, typing or typing or texting, I do feel like in this message, this is saying that there is someone who you possibly want to hear from, or it's like someone who's been wanting to reach out to you for a very long time. I'm getting that they're typing something or they're texting something, but they're not able to send it, or it's not able to get through somehow. Somehow something is not able to get through to you, or someone is not having the courage to just press send. Maybe there's too many thoughts going on in their head. A knowing that you've leveled up, a knowing that you have grown here is probably what's keeping them from being able to communicate and connect with you. Their own possibly not feeling confident enough to reach out is what I'm seeing. And then we have zoomed out. Okay, if you can see that. What I'm getting from this card is zoomed out is that there could have been a point where you were possibly overwhelmed, inundated with certain thoughts, maybe overwhelmed by some sort of negativity. And the Spirit had you to kind of just take a step back and really see, really see who you are, the situation for what it is, what you have the power to do. This zooming out allowed you to understand that it's like, what I just wanted to say was understand whose side you're on, who's on your side, something like that. This is some sort of seeing a bigger picture, getting the bigger picture, something like that. If this is something that hasn't happened for you already here in the recent past, this is something that's currently in the energy, And what I'm seeing is that you are now seeing the bigger view. And if you thought that you were seeing a bigger view before, this is almost like you, Spirit, taking you like even higher, to even higher heights, and you're being able to see, almost like what I'm seeing is someone looking at the entire globe. Because there was one point where you had to zoom out of your current place. This could have been a workspace, a home space, to see a bigger view of that. But then, you were probably elevated here. And then you were able to see maybe your community, in a more full scope. Or, you were able to see an environment in a bigger view. But now I see where it's almost as if you're able to go even above that and see kind of the world. This is like being able to see the globe here in a bigger view, which makes a lot of sense. Being chosen here for some sort of leader or authority figure type of situation is what I'm getting in this message, honestly. So this is going to reach people on different levels, but I'm seeing a big message here for someone. Again, with this water coming out, this is, you are a very majestic person. You have miraculous healing abilities here, is what I'm seeing. But with this water, I'm also seeing that you're very intuitive. Your thinking, the way your mind operates, it operates in a very deep place. It operates from a very deep, profound. This is like what I'm seeing. I don't know if it makes sense, but what I'm seeing is like an ancestral background type thing. Yeah. So I'm going to close out the message by pulling a final message from the Council of the Holy Spirit to see what the Holy Spirit wants to tell us in this closeout session, in this closeout message. Holy Spirit, give us a final message for the closeout. Okay, I'm going to go ahead on, take that. I'll take 3. Okay? And here says, remember to give and receive. If you do not receive, you won't have much to give. And if you do not give, then others may not have much to share with you. Love is an exchange and a continuous cycle of giving and receiving. Okay? I am getting that you are a huge giver. A huge giver, whoever you are. And it's important to receive. Because if you don't, it's almost as if you'll go into a state or a place where it's almost as if you'll seem selfish or stingy, but it's really that you have to retain what you have for yourself because you haven't been receiving. So there are times where you'll need to just take a moment, take some time out to make sure that you're receiving gifts, receiving, insight, receiving, whether it's with your connection with the Spirit or maybe just from, I would say maybe someone who you trust who wants to share something with you. I'm getting something like that, but I'm getting specifically someone you trust who wants to share something with you. That's a very specific person. Okay, now there could be a lot of people, in your life, whether this is family, a close friend, or something that you feel you would trust, or maybe they feel that you trust them. Okay, it may not be them. You may not have a lot of people that you could trust. Because I'm also getting that situation too. But what I'm seeing is that there's someone very specific who you trust, who wants to share something with you. Or this may be someone you come across who you feel like you can trust them, and there may be something that they want to share with you or that they share with you. Be open to receiving it. You know, this could be anything. I'm hearing for some of you, this is something that's really, the word that I'm getting is extraordinary. Yeah. Okay. This says intuition. Recognize the power of your inner knowing. Your view of the situation is more accurate than you acknowledge. I think this is coming from that self-doubt type of mentality. This is the Spirit actually encouraging you to trust your intuition. Trust yourself. Don't doubt yourself. When you get something, when you know something, know that, you know, you can trust your inner knowing. Yeah. And then this says trust here, you know, which is fitting. So it says trust. It's all working for your good. If life seems a little discouraging or a lot daunting at the moment, that is your sign to avoid the need for control. Trust God's plan above any other. All right? And so that is your closeout message, and that is what the Holy Spirit has for us at this moment. Thank you for tuning in. Shalom.